So I'm not really sure where to start today. I apologize in advance because you're not gonna have your normal, bubbly, energetic Katie that I usually am when I make these videos. On Monday night, I was in a bus crash and it was bad. Well, I guess I'll just start at the beginning. On Monday nights I have night class and our class ended an hour early. So usually I take the 9:45 bus home, but tonight I was on the 8:45 bus. So to begin with, I shouldn't have even been on this bus, but I was. About halfway home, I looked out the window and I realized that we were really close to the right-hand side of the road. And just as we were coming up on a bridge, we impacted the barrier, which happened to be on an angle. So when we impacted it, the right side of the bus went up on the barrier, but the left side was on the ground. So we were tilted sideways pretty much and driving only on the left tires. And on our right side, we were riding a barrier over water on a bridge, and we kept impacting like metal rod after metal rod on this barrier. There's these big iron poles. We took them all out. Needless to say, we were all thrown to the ground and jostled quite a bit. All I could do at that moment was look out the front window and I could see all the metal rods that were in front of us that we just kept hitting, and it just kept going. I remember someone behind me screaming, "We're gonna flip." All I could do was look out the front window and hang on, trying not to fall to the left side of the bus. And it went on for about 15 seconds. And those were not my favorite 15 seconds of my life. As soon as we settled, there was kind of like a haze in the air. I'm not sure if it was smoke or just dust that had been like thrown up into the air through the impact. And the first thing that people start to do, obviously, is like scream and cry and freak out. And I am so grateful because I worked as a lifeguard for 2.5 years. And in that moment, the only thing I thought was, Katie, you are trained for this. Go and help people. And that's what I did. I just kind of went into full-on lifeguard mode, as my mom is calling it, and I just walked up and down the aisles. I made sure everybody was sitting in their seats and everybody was off the floor. I made sure the bus driver was okay, and by the time the police got there in 2 minutes, everybody was at least sitting. And I was sitting with 2 girls and we were just kind of breathing together. And you just remind yourself and you say over and over again, like, we're fine, we're here, we're safe. I'm so grateful that I had that to focus on instead of let myself go into shock. Long story short, I don't want to make this super long and drawn out, but I got home eventually. I had to take another bus home, which, as you can imagine, was not a fun bus ride. But I probably got home about an hour after the impact happened, and until that point I hadn't called anybody. I hadn't really let myself go into shock yet. When I got home, I lost it, I guess, and I apologized to my father because I basically called him sobbing my eyes out, and the first thing I said was, "Daddy, I almost died." And I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have started with that. Bad opening line. I should have started with like, "I'm okay." But anyway, regardless, that was not a fun night. There was about 15 seconds in the crash where I was just looking out the front window and it just kept going. I honestly thought that this was God's time of calling me home. I think in those moments you always hear about, oh, your life flashes before your eyes, and you know, you're crying and scared and screaming, and I can honestly say that none of that happened for me. I had 4 main thoughts, and I'm sure I had more, but there's 4 things that I remember very clearly. And the first one was apologizing to God for all my failures. And, you know, just apologizing for not letting him have control over things I've been struggling with or any issues I've been dealing with. And in that moment, probably a split second of my life, I think I experienced a lot of healing that I had not felt before. And the second thing, and this is what amazes me actually, is I just had all these verses of comfort and protection come to me, and I wasn't wasn't scared. I honestly wasn't. I thought that this was it. And I'm a very scared person, as a lot of you who know me personally know. So the fact that I was in a situation like this, and I felt calm. That is God. That was not me. That was God. And that really stood up to me. That really, really stood up to me. The third thing that came to mind was all the people in my life who I didn't think I'd be able to tell them that I love them or I miss them or I appreciate them, and I just wouldn't ever be able to tell them these things again. There was a lot of people who kind of came to mind, and I am so grateful for that because I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have so many people around me who I rely on and who I love dearly. And the fourth thing I really remember thinking, and I don't know how to articulate it per se because it wasn't really a sentence, it was more like a theme or feeling, I don't know, but pretty much I think I just prayed, God, I hope I helped you in some way. Like, I hope that I didn't do nothing my entire time here on earth. Yeah, I hope people will remember me well, I guess. And this all goes to say, like, we never know when it's our last day here on earth. And that Monday was a completely normal Monday for me. And I honestly don't think I can say I've ever lived my life as if it was my last day. Something my friend Joy said to me the next day, which has really stuck with me, is, Katie, you can take this as confirmation because God has a plan for you and you're still here because of that. And God has ways to use you. And I have decided that it's now my job to figure out why I'm still here. And that's what I want to say is, you are here for a reason. And God does not make mistakes. And He made you exactly the way that you are. He planned you. You are perfect in His eyes, and He made you for a reason. And time is fleeting. Like, we are but a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. And don't waste that time. Don't let things go unsaid. Tell people that you appreciate them, and work hard at school, get an education, and don't be stupid or make bad decisions. This sounds, I don't know if this is like wrong to say that, but it's true. I realize I'm sharing this a few days after it happened, and the reason I didn't announce anything earlier on my more public profiles was just because I wanted to keep this a little bit more personal for a while, and I needed to process some things. Thank you for coming on this journey with me as this channel. It's incredible that people around the world even care that I was in a bus crash. I can't articulate. You are all wonderful, and you are all loved, and you all have purpose. And don't forget that. Don't forget that.